Greetings, comrades. This is Andre Aguides Desjardins for a March of the Machines Crack-a-pack. Open the packs. Hey, here we go now. We'll do it like this because of the weirdness of the pack. First up, Zoomian Informant. It's worse Virus Beetle, but that's okay because Virus Beetle was fantastic, so this is still a good card. It's a 1 and a black for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. This is a good card. I'm happy to play it in my black decks. It's not as great as Virus Beetle, but usually, you get their worst card, and then you can sacrifice this later for some value or something like that. So it's a 2-drop. There's a lot of 2/1s for 2 in this format that you can pay to flip, so it keeps them at bay for a long time. So I know a lot of people are down on this card because they remember Virus Beetle being awesome, and Virus Beetle is awesome, and this is good. It's not awesome, but it's good, and you should still play 1 or 2 of them in your deck. Alright, Cross's Death Guard. It's a white, red, and 2 for a Vashina Warrior, 4/3 Defender. Ugh, that's no good. And as long as its power's 5 or greater, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. This is a bad card. You want to be able to attack. The 3 toughness isn't a fantastic defense. And there's nothing like Short Sword or something that really enables it. Core Halbert's in this format, which is playable, but that's specifically white. There's no real theme or anything to play this off, so no, I wouldn't play it. I'm not first picking it. Get out of here. Alright. Unseal the Necropolis. Black and 2, instant. Each player mills 3 cards, then you return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I actually have not seen this in my experience. I feel it's fine. I feel if you have a couple of creature bombs, you're going to want to play this. But it's pretty interchangeable. It's C. I'd start off with the creature. But if I got some bombs in that table, I'd happily play it. Alright, next up we have Oculus Whelp. It's a... What's this? Yes, very bad. But blue and 3 for a Phyrexian Dragon. Oh, Dragon's going to be huge. It's 3/2, flyer. And as long as you control Transform Permanent, it has, when this dies, draw a card. We've seen 3/2 flyers before with a conditional upside. I don't think this one is good, though there are lots of transform permanents. It's not easy to do. You generally don't want to spend your mana to transform permanents early, and a 3/2 flyer for 4 isn't that great anymore. So, no. But if it ends up in your deck, it's fine, but I'm not looking forward to it. Ooh, Fertilid's Favor. It's a green and 3 colorless for a instant. Target player search library for a basic land card, puts it on the battlefield, tapped and shuffled. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target artifact creature. So this is bad mana fixing, like really expensive mana fixing. It's not even ramp at this point. And you can, in theory, pump a incubator token or something. No, I'm off this card. I am really, really off this card. Get out of here. You're no good. Alright, Team Skywalker. It's white and 2 colors for 2/2 flyer, which is fine. When it deals combat damage to a player or battle, transform up to 1 target incubator token you control. That'll sometimes happen. It'll sometimes save you 2 mana. 2/2 flyer for 3 is still fine in this format. Not great. Give it a C. I'm still on the rat. Next up is Enduring Bond Warden. It's 1 white for a human scout, backup 1. When this creature dies, put its counters on another creature you control. No, just no. It's sorcery speed. You're not probably going to have a creature with a bunch of counters on it. Like, this really doesn't do enough for anything. Ideally, you'd put the counter on something else and then use this body to sacrifice, but that's not really a thing in this format. There are cards that sacrifice thing, but it's more of a black-red thing, not a white thing, so off this card. Next one is Fugitive something Archivist Analyst. Wow, I'm bad at names, as always. It's a blue and 2 colorless for 1/4, so we got Horn Turtle, we got Vigilance, and we got 2 tap, draw a card, discard a card. This is fine. This is playable. Probably not attacking a lot with it with Vigilance, but the attack is free, helps with Convoke. The 2 mana draw a card, discard a card will happen sometimes. If you end up with this in your deck, it's fine, but you don't need to really worry about it. Alright, we're on to uncommons. Rampaging Gormadon. It's a green and a red and 2 colorless for a 3/3 dinosaur beast. Trample haste. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. That can be itself, by the way. And if it's attacking a battle, put a +1/+1 counter on it instead. This is a good fine card. 4/4 trample haste, perfectly reasonable. But I'm not first picking it because it's 2 colors, but if you're in red-green, you are happily playing this card. You don't need to worry about maximizing the +1/+1 counter by attacking a battle. It will happen, but you don't need to fret about it or anything. Next up is Change the Equation. This is a sideboard hoser, basically. Choose one, counter target spell with mana value 2 or less, and counter target red or green spell with mana value 6 or less. This is like an A+ sideboard card, but I'm not main decking it. I'm not first picking it, but it's still fine. Let's look at this flip thing next. Sure. Herald Artisan, it's a 2/3 haste, and for 3 and a fraction white, you can transform him, and I believe it flips into a 3/4 flying haste. It does. This is fine. The haste and vigilance is more relevant in this format, thanks to battles. So oftentimes, if you're scared they're going to flip a battle, you want to set an extra thing beside to walk. He's fine. I might consider him. I'm considering him with the rat right now. Alright, next up we have a battle. Invasion of Zura. As it enters the battlefield, you have an opponent protect it. 4. So 4 is not a small number. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand. And it flips to a star flyer. Power plus equal to the number of creatures you control. In the context of this format, this is very strong in blue-white. The fact it affects the board, and then ideally you want to affect the board, bounce your creature temporarily, and then transform itself, so you're ahead on board. So yeah, good card. I super always play it in a blue-white deck, but I don't want to first pick it because it's 2 colors. But like, if I had like 3 blue cards, some 2-drops or whatever, I would happily take this to hopefully get into blue-white. Same thing with white, but I'm not first picking it. Alright, that's a rare, so we'll look at our Universes Beyond card. Freya, Judge of Valor. It's 2 black, a white, and 2 colorless for a 2/4 flying lifelink. So stats aren't great. I believe this is from Kaldheim, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top of the cards of your library, put one of them in your hand and the rest in the graveyard. That's a really good 2-spell payoff card, though that's not a theme. It just kind of naturally happens here. And don't forget, when you flip a battle, that counts as casting a spell, so that can really help. Cast a spell, flip a battle, impulse is fantastic. But again, 2 colors, not looking to first pick it. Not great stats either, though the flying 2/4 flyer blocks pretty well, so that's not irrelevant. It's not really what black-white is looking to do, but you'd probably play it in your black-white deck. And the rare is Deidre in Hazaret. 2 red, a white, and 2 legendary creature, human god. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, it has vigilance and haste. So as long as you're heck bent, it has haste, vigilance, and haste. When it attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may exile a legendary creature from among them. Put the rest in the bottom in your library at random order until end of turn. You may cast them. This isn't happening in actual draft, so it's between these 2 cards. I'd say they're about even power level. I'm going to first pick the 2-drop in this format. If you pick the Artisan, that's fine too. Alright everyone, this is Andre Desjardins signing off.